Hi. Today I'm going to talk with you about twin flames and other quantum relationships during these turbulent times. So there's a couple of few things I want to talk about with you, and we'll do some spiritual exercises as well and transformational stuff, but it's going to be brief today. So, depending on where you are in the world, let's pretend in America there's all this turbulence and polarization and so forth, and that's true also in Europe and in other parts of the world, and some other parts it's not so true. So there are different kinds of turbulence and global warming and et cetera, et cetera. So part of what happens is some people are really, really sensitive to energies. They feel it all, and I go, oh my God, I freak out and so on. I totally get it. And some other people have coped with life starting from whenever by shutting down. So you can think of the really sensitive as being, usually in the past, it's been the feminine, and the powerful and shutting down, it's been the masculine. But now, over the past while, there's more and more interchange. We have both really clearly an inner masculine and feminine. So if you think in terms of twin flames or other quantum relationships, typically one is more of the feels more the feminine, the other the masculine, but there's also other aspects, so it's complex, right? So it's useful to think of we have some of each. Part of the difficulty is that for male brains, for example, for most males, it's easier because of the way that things are connected, the connection between the left and right brain, the corpus callosum, and etc. So it's easier for males not to feel this stuff, and it's easier for them to shut down. So the result of this is that the dance between the couple, whether you're together or apart or want to come together, the dancing is different. When we become in full harmony, if we get there this lifetime, then there's more of a flow and interchange, and both are in flow, and there's a power that comes from the incredible power that comes from the two being together in union, sacred union. So I'm going to talk with you about how to handle as twin flames, but other sensitive souls too, and other quantum relationships. Of course, I'll talk with you about uh, calming ourselves down, helping the other guy to do that as best we can, and going into our power more fully, so we're more solid, more we can I can handle this stuff, and as best we can do it for the other guy. So the many aspects of this. This could be a webinar series, just this. So, but let's do a couple of chunks. So for now, imagine parts of you that are going to being really sensitive sometimes, and oh my gosh, imagine an angel coming and wrapping its wings around you, his or her wings around you. Do that now. If you're driving, don't do this. Do it more fully. Imagine it being done for your true beloved. Imagine it being done for your other loved ones. So your kids are freaking out, really sensitive, and so calming, pat, pat, pat. And let's say your mom is freaking out, like if you were in the U.S., for example, and you watch Fox News, grandma tends to be, oh my gosh, freak out with all these things, and they set it up that way. And grandpa goes into anger, right? So, and we have both sides. So imagine pat, pat, pat going to all your loved ones. Stick with this for a little bit. Send them all compassion. But it's compassion and healing that we want, not just compassion. So think of your heart chakra, higher heart. Compassion for yourself, for the challenges you're going through. Compassion for your true beloved, regardless of whether you haven't connected for a few years or whatever your situation is. If they're with you directly, you live together, say, or you see each other regularly, there's research that shows that just putting our hand on the other guy's shoulder or whatever, let's say they're going through something scary like a medical procedure, medical testing, you got something wrong with you and you got to figure out, how you go, yikes, right? So you connect physically, not sexually. Pat, pat, pat. If your connection is poor to touch physically, or if you're off base, that don't work. So you got to put on your life jacket first. And if you're at a distance, you're sending them your strength. So you can choose to work with higher energies of various kinds. So if you're a Christian, for example, you could choose to ask for Christ to come and bring gentle strength. Regardless of your cultural background, you can choose to think of Christ, gentle strength, so the power as well. Christ, and bring a little bit more sacred union between you. So together we're powerful, apart it's much harder. So, but regardless of whether you're together or not, like for me, my twin flame, many of you know the situation, so I don't need to mention it here again. We send compassion to our beloved for the difficulties they're going through. And since a lot of our true beloveds are shut down more, they feel the energy. There's research on the brain is really wonderful, neurology. What happens is parts shut down, so they don't feel it consciously for a lot of people. But the body goes like this, right? So then the masculine has a tendency of acting out. I got to go get a drink right away. I got to run away from what makes me more sensitive, which includes I got to run away from my true beloved. I got to be less connected. So for those of you who want to help your beloved, whether becoming more fully together or not, to send them healing energy, compassion to the parts of them that are, there's fear and there's shame, right? The masculine tends to go into shame more than the feminine. So healing energy for the part of them, and that disempowers them. It's okay, honey. It's okay. I love you so much, regardless. And part of what we got to do is if we say, it's okay, honey, I love you so much, you dirty rat. And we all have some layers of that. Unless we're fully enlightened, we have some layers that we're not conscious of that the other guy can feel. They're sensitive. They can feel that there's a part of you that's really hidden from you, you have no idea about, that says you dirty rat. So the more of this we clear within ourselves, it's funny or not funny, but totally funny, right? Then the more the clear energy goes through, and the more they can accept our help. It's not for sure that you're going to come together, for example. Not for sure that they're going to accept it, but all the energy around them becomes calmer as you do, and various layers of clearing. And there's various aspects, subpersonalities and past lives and ancestral trauma and collective consciousness, all the freak out energy that's going on in the world these days, and etc. So if you want more from us, then we have two websites, twinflamehealers.com and quantumunion.com. Thank you so much for being with me, and all the best with this. Just play with these things and see how you make out.